Hey guys, it's Billy here. Welcome to my kitchen. We're doing my very first Star Wars Diorama video today. This is my very first Star Wars Diorama, and it is obviously, let's fly in here a little bit. This is the control room to the Death Star in Episode 4, New Hope. And I've got two scenes basically posted inside this diorama. And come over to the top here. This is the scene where basically Han Solo is not one to do anything but just kind of chill out, and Luke's like, hey, she's rich. And then at the same time, R2's all plugged in trying to find where exactly she's at. And this scene, which is actually quite a few minutes later in the movie, it's one of my favorites from the movie, and it's when the stormtroopers barge in and that other trooper hits his head. There are actually 4 stormtroopers in this scene, but I just didn't feel like going and getting another one, so I think it still works with just the 3 dudes. Now, I'm not doing this linear, and what I mean by that is, Chewbacca, you are in the way of all the good stuff, so you just stand there. But, but what I mean by not linear is I'm showing you the final product, where most diorama makers will show you the construction and build and then show you the final product. But I would much rather just show you the final product and then post a video on how I built it. And you can watch that if you feel like it. But this is the completed diorama, and I'll talk about how I made all the little nooks and things and stuff like that. I'm not going to do a real tutorial on it. This piece moves out so we can actually get the camera in here. But I'm not really going to do a tutorial about it, because if this looks familiar to you, then you are a diorama fan, because this is constructed from Nub Nub's Universe, or Frank Dioria, or Diorama Workshop, whichever name you want to call him. It's his plans, and I just basically built it. I did do quite a few modifications myself to the diorama, some for just ease of construction, because I was lazy and I wanted some shortcuts. Some I did for playability. For example, Frank's door, his blast door doesn't open, but mine actually is functional, and there's actually a little bit of a hallway, which is all movie magic. But if you look, it actually has quite a bit of depth. It looks pretty cool. Frank's closet is closed, but mine's actually opens up, and you can see this is where C-3PO and R2-D2 hid from the stormtroopers. And I meant to put the little comm link there on that red box, but I totally forgot to do that, so whatever. And put that back over there. As you can see here, some of the lights are actually blinking and functioning, and that one computer monitor actually scrolls through the Death Star plans there. So that's it in its completed form. I got the guns positioned right, and this is kind of a cool thing, and I'm gonna have to get some lights here. I'm gonna have to steal these lights off the top here, and I'll show you this Millennium Falcon thing. Alrighty, we're back, and as you can see here, I took just a Walmart thing of bags and sandwich bags, and I've propped those lights up, and you can see now that our hangar bay, when they go out and they look at the Millennium Falcon, it's actually lit up. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool backlit like that, I think. And now it's all dark in our hallway because I've been using the same lights, because I'm that ghetto that I will only buy 2 lights for my diorama. So let's talk a little bit about the inspiration for this diorama, because I think it's a pretty funny story. You see, back in October, I started watching the Budget Jedi's videos, and I sent him a message letting him know how great that I thought they were, and he sent me a really kind reply, and we quickly became fast friends. And he's been a real great teacher, because I just recently started recollecting Star Wars. I had all the action figures when I was a kid, but as an adult, I really had nothing. And he kind of helped me along and made sure when I went on eBay that I didn't get screwed over, or I bought the less desirable vehicle or action figure. And he's been really a great teacher, and just an awesome friend all around. So I wanted to make a diorama. This diorama has actually been done for 2 months. I just haven't filmed it yet. And I wanted to make a diorama kind of as a tribute to him and his hobby and whatnot. And this is what I came up with. So one day, one day out of the blue, Budget Jedi sends me an email, and it's got a Toys R Us coupon that is like 20% off. Now, he knew I was in the market to get the big Millennium Falcon, and I had lost a couple eBay auctions, and I wasn't going to pay $400 for the thing when I could get it at Toys R Us for $250. So I got really excited and decided that I wanted to do a diorama of my own. And so as I was in my truck, because Toys R Us is about 20 minutes from me, I had a lot of time to think about this, and I decided that I was going to build a Death Star hangar. I was going to make that as a diorama for my very first diorama. And then I got the Millennium Falcon home. First I set it in the back of my truck, and I realized how gigantic it was. And then I got it on this kitchen table, and I really realized how big it was. I had the vintage one from the 70s, but I never knew, it doesn't really show until you see this thing in real life, how big that Millennium Falcon is. So I was kind of overzealous when I thought my first diorama would be this Death Star hangar. And I told my best friend, who is also a born-again Star Wars collector, and he told me to do just this blooper scene where the stormtrooper bonks his head coming through the blast door. And I thought that idea was brilliant. And so my original diorama was literally just that. It was just this piece right there and the back piece behind it, and that was my whole diorama, and I loved it. I thought it looked so cool, and I was so stoked about it that I decided that, forget it, I'm going to build the whole darn thing, and here's what you see when you see. So that's it. Chewbacca's kind of mad at me for moving him over there, I think, but I'm pretty happy with it. And leave me a comment, guys, and I will do another video kind of showing how some of the pieces and parts and stuff, because there's some kind of interesting stuff that went along here in the building of this, and I'd love to really kind of tear it apart and do a behind the scenes type video for you guys. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next video.